9:15 on the West Coast, 6:50 or on the East Coast, 6:15 on the West Coast. And in Malaysia, it's 1964. I'm Jay Sheldon. I'm not wearing pants. And I'm a little late, and I'm sorry. I don't usually mean to put that coming soon, starting soon up, and then have it be there for like 5-10 minutes. I usually put it up for a minute or so and then go. But I was dealing with this stupid earbuds. I give up. Seriously, I give up. I finally got, can you hear me, by the way? If you can or can't, let me know. But I finally got a 5.0 Bluetooth set up. And I just dropped my charger box. I'm such a goofball. All right. I finally got 5.0 charger set up. And I tested it this afternoon. It worked really well with my earbuds. There was just a slight bit of a delay. There's not supposed to be any, but there was, because nothing ever works exactly right. So now they're back in the box and charging. And then you'll see over here on my doorknob, yes, thanks Miss Loon, you can hear me. Never get those kind of wireless headphones. Afraid I'm going to lose them. Now, I'm pretty good about not losing them. The problem is they don't work with this laptop. I have no idea why. The only other option I had was those bloody things, which I've said a million times. I hate using headphones. So I thought, earbuds would be the answer. They are and they aren't. If I could make them work, they'd be okay. I could use them. I tested the headphones this afternoon. Those worked. That was fine. But my alarm went off, sorry. But then I need that port for my microphone. So I only have one in and out. It's a microphone and headphone port. Then I've got this stupid thing over here, which is supposed to hook up through a USB, a microphone, and a headset. And I thought, oh, okay. I'll try and fix that, sorry. Okay, let me dump this silly music, mostly. So I thought that this would work for the big-ass headphones. It doesn't. So basically it's just not working, and I don't know why. So we'll see what happens. I had not planned. What is today? Today's Tuesday, right? 13th of January, 2021. Oh, it's Wednesday. That's right. I forgot. Oh my God. Wow, this week is flying. Here in Malaysia, it's after 10 o'clock at night, 10:20. And it is the first day of yet another, what we call MCO, Movement Control Order, basically a lockdown, because the virus cases got out of hand. Every day the health minister comes out and scares everyone with how many COVID cases we have. It got up to 2,000, 3,000, something like that. And so the prime minister announces another lockdown and a state of emergency, although there's likely other reasons for that. But the king has declared a state of emergency. So we respect our king, and away we go. Lockdown. It's not as bad as, I don't know, it just doesn't feel as bad as the last time. We've been in some form of lockdown for almost a year. Now, the last one was very loose. We all were back at the office. We were back at work, but we had to go and shift everything back home again. So here I am. This is my workspace, and then at night we play. Oh my! I'm telling you, it's an adventure. So now it's you can't eat in the restaurants anymore. You have to take out only, or here we say bunkus or tapao. um, I suddenly realized that everything I'm used to for things like, hey, can we tapao? Can we bunkus? Nobody on the other parts of the planet has any idea what I'm talking about. So bear with me. I try it just happens to me naturally. I've been here in Malaysia almost 20 years now, but I will usually pick up on the fact when I'm using some local term, and I will explain it because I realize there's a lot of people all around the earth that are watching in, and they likely have no idea what I'm talking about. They'll think I've lost my mind even more than I have actually lost my mind. We got a bunch of folks over on Twitch who are watching in. Thank you very much for that. Miss Loon says, Miss Looney, I guess it is. Here you can eat in the restaurants, but you have to keep your mask on until your food gets there. Yeah, well, when we could eat in restaurants, we pretty much had to do that too. Most people didn't, but that was supposed to be how it worked. Let's see. Okay, I believe my YouTube channel is up and running on my YouTube Live, Jay Sheldon there. You know what? I so don't care anymore about YouTube. I'm just not even going to check. If it's there, it's there. If it's not, it's that. Not, and whatever. And then Facebook. I have a bunch more Facebook people today because I've been on a crusade. I'll tell you a quick story about the idiots at Facebook. They're going to ban me. Anyway, when you own a page at Facebook, which I own and or manage several, some for the business that I work with, some personal, like I'm not wearing pants. Hey, this chair was relatively inexpensive. It was a gift, so I didn't pay anything for it. The love of my life got it for me. But yeah, it is comfortable. It's not as comfortable as those big $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 ringgit gaming chairs, but it is a nice chair. It's a really nice chair and not that expensive, JJ. I will send you a PM later, and if I can, I'll give you where he got it, so we'll find out. Yeah, anyway, I'll send you the info privately. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, managing a Facebook. So I've got I'm Not Wearing Pants, my Facebook page, and I also run and manage Urban Jungle Food, which is on Facebook and YouTube, and also Random Acts Malaysia. There are two shows that we produce. You're welcome, JJ. Thanks for. Hey, I was checking out your stream earlier on Facebook. Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was nice. Your game was a bit loud. If you were talking, I couldn't hear you. So, just yeah, I know sometimes it's tough to tell which is which. But anyway, when you have a page, there's this little box that comes up on the page that says invite friends. And all of my friends are listed there. I have 2,500, 2,600 friends on Facebook, most of which are inactive, but they're there. And Facebook gives you the ability to click invite all. No worries, JJ. Thanks. I'm sure you would do the same from me. It gives you the ability to invite everyone. So it would send out over 2,000 invitations. I've done this before. I clicked invite all and sent. And 5 minutes later, freaking Facebook locks me out from posting because they claim I was spamming. Facebook, if you're going to give me the ability to invite all, which means in some people's cases, I got 5,000 friends. I think that's the max. If you're going, and then you're going to accuse me of spamming, then don't give me that ability. I wouldn't have done it if you hadn't put the button there. So this time around, I got smart. I went in and I clicked individually over the last several days, few times a day, about 100 every time. Click, 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 all the way down. Click, 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 click. And then once I've selected, because I'll show you how many you haven't invited yet, how many you have, and in the middle is how many you're inviting currently. So when that got up around 90, 100, I hit send invite. And then waited many hours, and then I would do another 100. With that many, yeah, I got zooked. You're right. Trash book is more correct than you know. Honestly, I really wish I could just get away from Facebook. I would if I could. I use it for the business, so I kind of have to hang around. I don't want to. Twitter, I'm pretty much off of. I just, the hell with Twitter. It's ridiculous the way they're censoring people. So anyway, I managed to finally just this evening get through the last 100 or so of my friends. And if you've gotten a spam from me inviting you to like my I'm Not Wearing Pants page, please click like, follow on Facebook. So anyway, for that reason, I'm assuming I may have some extra Facebook folks today. I know JJ's watching on Facebook. Miss Looney is on Twitch, and we've got some other friends kicking around too. And YouTube, which like I said, whatever. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with YouTube. Let's see what happens. Okay. If you'd like to donate to the cause, you can do that. It's over here. Boom, right there. However, if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, that link doesn't work. I think I put it in the description below. You can check out. But if you are on Twitch, you can click there, and it will send you to a new page. This one will stay open. Send you to a new page in which you can click and donate if you'd like. It's a donation through Skype, and I appreciate it, and it helps me defray a bit of the costs of, it actually costs money to run this thing. Not only did I have to invest in some more equipment and some lights and some on-camera lights and an extra camera and things, but there's a lot of other expenses too. In fact, my Skype calls, if you want to be part of the show, you're always welcome. You can, it's right down there, right there, see? You can call in with Skype. But you can also call a phone number from your cell phone, hand phone, or your house phone, 860-598-0987. Toll charges do apply unless you are in Connecticut, which is where I was born many, many, many years ago. So anyway, having a Skype number costs money too. So that's just my mini little beg. If you'd like to click on the link and send me a donation. I got one. Actually, I have two. The second one is not showing up. Thank you very much. Hat tip for the folks who did that. I appreciate it. JJ, Facebook suspended my post about me hating on pineapple pizza. What? Serious? They suspended you because you were bitching about pineapple pizza? Okay. I go figure, right? Oh, by the way, I finally remember I broke my mic the other day? Look at this cheesy thing. Look at this cheesy thing. Yeah, pizza censorship. It's not fair. JJ Miss Looney on Twitch says it's pizza censorship and it's not fair. Pizza has a right. Anyway, I just ordered a new mic, a mic condom. No, I have a mic condom, but the suspension piece that I'm missing. Um, so that will be coming, I think, tomorrow. For the moment, this microphone is, you see, it is just balancing on its cable on top of an old cheesy mic holder. We'll see what happens, how long that lasts. All right. Hey, I had a new idea. Today on what I could do. Because, I talk about just about anything and everything on this stream. We have no particular topics. I make a list when something occurs to me that I want to chat about. But I don't have a regular shtick. I know there's people here who talk exclusively about politics, people who talk about different topics. No, actually, JJ, it's not shaky. It's relatively stable, but it'll be better tomorrow. Anyway, and it makes noise. I talk about whatever happens to come up and whatever happens to be on my mind, what you guys want to talk about. We can also do that, and I, of course, invite you to call in, bring up whatever you want to on the show. You can do that, too. But bottom line is, hang on a second. Okay. There we go. Oh, this is such a mess, I swear to God. Shh, don't do that. Quiet. Whoa, did you hear that feedback? It was horrible. Okay, reduce that. Okay, now I'm back. Sorry, I was distracted. It's like, ooh, look, a squirrel. And now I forgot what I was talking about. Dump the Skype. I'm probably double echoing everywhere. I'm going to check something for a second. Let me just take a look. No, it's okay. Okay. All right. So, yes, my idea. I had a really cool idea. Guitar feedback. No, JJ, not guitar feedback. It did kind of sound like that, though. I love reading. And many, many years ago, with my my ex, I used to read in bed. I read Winnie the Pooh, the book Winnie the Pooh. I would do all the character voices. Many of you know I'm also a voice artist for TV, radio commercials, online content, animations. No Straight Roads has got me a whole lot of fans here on Twitch. And thank you for that. I appreciate it. Done a lot of voices over the past 45 odd years. Anyway, I love reading. I was reading one chapter a night to my ex of Winnie the Pooh, and I love that book. It's one of my favorite books. I thought, not that I like to hear the sound of my own voice, because honestly, I've got my speakers down and I refuse to wear the headphones at the moment, so I can't hear me. But I thought, wouldn't that be cool if I'd read like a chapter a night, or every time I come on, I read a chapter, not as the whole show, but a part of it, one chapter from Winnie the Pooh. Well, sadly, Winnie the Pooh is not in the public domain. And I researched and found out that if I do a performance, even not for money, of a book that obviously is copyrighted and registered to people, I think Disney owns the rights now to the book. I can be sued or shut down, and I don't want that to happen. So, Miss Looney, reading is fun, and never have time for it. Make time for it if you can. Really, seriously, just a little bit of time every day when you're having a nice cup of tea or coffee and, or a gin or something, and make time to read a chapter. Anyway, what I did find was the Gutenberg Project. The awkward author, hey, decided to hop over, say hi, get a brain break from Steven's stream. Yes, that's a thank you, A, for hopping over. And but yeah, Steven's stream, sometimes you need a brain break. I've been actually on Steven's stream, in the studio with Steven on his stream. Steven bones everything, by the way. Great guy, great talent, and a lot of fun. and having a lot of success streaming. Apparently, he's on right now, I think. Yes, he is on right now. Cool. And he's got like 48 people watching his stream. Oh, my. All right. Thanks, awkward author. Anyway, back to my story. I found Gutenberg.org or the GutenbergProject.org. I bookmarked it here, but I'll never find it. On that site are books that are in the public domain, hundreds, thousands of them. And if they're in the public domain, I can read them a chapter at a time on my stream and not get in trouble. So I was digging through, and I just did a quick search of a few titles and things. I found several books, some of them, like I found War of the Worlds, H.G. Wells' War of the World. It's in the public domain, but that book is long. It ain't War and Peace, but it's a long book. That would take a very long time for me to get through reading it. JJ, I'm not a reader. I am trying to cram 2 chapters a day, resolution I've been trying to keep this year and onward. Good for you, JJ. And Ms. Looney says, bedtime stories with Jay. Yeah, I thought that would be really cool. You know, bedtime stories with Jay. Hang on, I got to just drop this down and come. Okay. So I found several books, and that was just in my first bit of searching. Like I said, War of the Worlds with H.G. Wells, which would be really cool. It's a great story. Everybody knows the film. In fact, War of the Worlds Goliath was an amazing animated 3D film. Did pretty well. It was in the U.S., here in Malaysia. I don't know if did it play in Malaysia? It's online, I think. And I actually did the voice for a couple of characters in that animated film. War of the Worlds Goliath. Anyway, the original book by H.G. Wells is an amazing book. So there's that. There is The Tale of Peter Rabbit by Beatrix Potter, which is, it's not a long story. It's a pretty short little story, The Tales of Peter Rabbit. And there's that one, public domain. I can read it and not get in trouble. And one of my favorites, I cannot believe I found this, is L. Frank Baum's The Wizard of Oz. Now that would be fun. Reading The Wizard of Oz would be so cool. The original Wizard of Oz, not the film script, but the actual original L. Frank Baum book. So I did find it. I downloaded it. I've got it. And if I get thoroughly bored, I am officially threatening you with it. I will read it a chapter at a time, and I think it would be fun. Why not? Would you, if you'd like that, or if you'd like either tonight or next stream coming up when I finally get my schedule loaded for when I'm going to be on. I'm thinking about 3 days a week, either Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But everybody does Monday, Wednesday, Friday. How about something wonky like Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday? Or Wednesday, Friday, Sunday? And something different. You're being threatened with bedtime stories. Yes, you are. So yeah, anyway, I thought it would be fun. We may try it. If nobody's interested, or we wind up losing viewers or people complaining, then I'll stop. But we'll see. I may not start tonight, but I'm serious about this, and I think it would be a lot of fun. It won't be the whole show. Just maybe we'll close off things at that by reading a chapter of the book. And I certainly want to start with The Wizard of Oz. One of my favorite films of all time, one of my favorite stories. When I was growing up, I don't think it happens anymore, but when I was growing up, The Wizard of Oz would play on television every year. This is the original Judy Garland Wizard of Oz. Every year on CBS, they would air The Wizard of Oz. The Wicked Witch of the West scared the hell out of me. I love the film. The flying monkeys were amazing. I'll tell you a very quick story about the Wicked Witch of the West, played by Margaret Hamilton. I'll do that in just a second. Remind me if I forget, please, because it's a really cool story. And I don't think they do that anymore. They should. But everyone in the U.S., at least in my time, knew The Wizard of Oz with Judy Garland. Virtually everybody, because you watched it growing up. Every year they would play it, sometime September, October, something like that. When I moved to Malaysia, I was amazed at how many people did not know The Wizard of Oz and had never seen the film. It was, I mean, it's not a cultural thing or anything. It's just that, well, I guess they didn't have it on TV Tiga every fall. That may have been part of it. But anyway, I've turned on a lot of people to The Wizard of Oz, and hopefully they've had a chance to see it. Some, of course, old film buffs and, you know, movie folks, of which I have lots of friends. They know the film. It's a classic. But a lot of people here did not know it. Sean. Hello there. Thank you for joining. Sean's joining us on Facebook. I'm not wearing pants on my live page. And he says, I'll get you, my pretty. And a little dog, too. Somehow I sounded a little bit like a nasally George Bush. Okay, I remember I owe you a story. Margaret Hamilton played the part of the Wicked Witch of the West. Look her up in a web search. But Margaret Hamilton, in the twilight of her life, was staying at a rest home in the northwest corner of Connecticut, which is where I'm from. I was born and raised in Cornwall, Connecticut, which is in the northwest corner. Connecticut, if you don't know, is a little state in the bottom of New England, which is about 200 miles from New York City and 200 miles from Boston, Massachusetts. Right in between, about 200 miles to both places. You've got to know where Boston and New York are. So if you do, right in the middle is the tiny state of Connecticut, which is right next to the smallest state, which is Rhode Island. Anyway, in the northwest corner, which is an amazing place to live and grow up, there was a rest home in which Margaret Hamilton was living out the twilight years of her life. My mom, who was a nurse's assistant, was working at that rest home, at that nursing home, and was taking care of Margaret Hamilton, the Wicked Witch of the West. I never got to meet her. I would love to have met her. It would have been wow, what a thrill. But she spent a lot of time with Miss Hamilton, and they talked a lot. My mom would tell stories about the things that she said, the stories she told, the Wicked Witch of the West. And she did the one thing that I never forgot was my mom said that Miss Hamilton said the one thing she regretted was that people only knew her as the Wicked Witch of the West. Now again, if you're going to be known for something, that ain't a bad one to know, to be known for. But Margaret Hamilton actually had a huge career, did lots and lots of dramas and films. In fact, she was I think the Maxwell House coffee lady in a ton of commercials for Maxwell House coffee, a brand in the U.S. used to be very popular. I don't know if it still is. It is really cool, JJ. But that's the one thing that she felt kind of sad about, was that that people only knew her as the Wicked Witch of the West. It's all right. Hey, Jaden M45 dropping in at work to say hi. Hey, Jaden. Thank you. Thanks for dropping in. So Margaret Hamilton, the Wicked Witch of the West. She sadly has passed on many years ago. She passed away, but she was an amazing talent and an incredible lady. And my mom actually had a chance to chat with her and tell stories. So pretty cool. So yeah, if I do decide to do this chapter a night book thing in public domain books, I will certainly start off with The Wizard of Oz. It's a fun one. First day of lockdown in Malaysia, a new lockdown. I mentioned that in the beginning. We are under certain restrictions here. We can only travel within 10 kilometers of our home. 2 people in the car only at the same time. So if you have a family of, mom, dad, and a couple of kids, sorry. We can still go out. Ryan has liked the stream. Hey! Thank you, Mr. Song. Nice to see you. Yeah, there are certain restrictions we have now under this new lockdown. We are still able to go out and walk Miko around the neighborhood. If you just joined us for the first time, Miko is our Shiba Inu dog, about a year old, and she is amazing. She's been on the stream before. If you look back at my old streams on I'm Not Wearing Pants on Facebook or YouTube, I think Twitch is still there, but the Twitch ones do disappear after a while. So, yeah, we are able to still go out and take Miko for a walk around the neighborhood. We live in a gated community here. We have security, so I mean it's security, but but it's all right. So we're able at least to get out and run around. Miss Looney says, "Doggy, yeah." All right. Let's see what else is happening. Was I going somewhere? Was I talking about something? I really should have a notepad so I can write this stuff down. I get distracted. I look a squirrel all the time. Okay, we've got cool. We've got the lockdown happening. It still feels kind of weird. It's not like we're completely restricted, but it is a little bit odd. So you're not allowed to have dogs in your house. You should move. Sell the house. If you're renting, quit, move out. Oh my God, Tenku Joshua. Tenku! Hey! In on Facebook. He says, Joshua says that it was indeed shown on local stations here in Malaysia during the 80s, talking about The Wizard of Oz. Together with the likes of Mary Poppins, loved the Julie Andrews Mary Poppins, and Willy Wonka. Now, Willy Wonka has to be the Gene Hackman version. It's got to be the Gene Wilder version. Sorry. Oh my God, Gene Hackman. Can you imagine? No, the Gene Wilder version of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. He remembers how unrealistic the Tin Man was and how ugly the Cowardly Lion was. Who was the Cowardly Lion? Ray Bolger, I think? I want to say Ray Bolger. I thought he was brilliant. Even without the lion makeup and the suit, he still looked like the Cowardly Lion. So indeed, The Wizard of Oz was shown locally here during the 80s. Cool. Apparently not a lot of people watched it because I found so many people who don't know or didn't know The Wizard of Oz. Somewhere over the rainbow. Now I'm going to get a copyright strike because I sang, 4 bars of the song? Probably. Word up. And yes, it was the MAME version of Willy Wonka. I don't know exactly what that's supposed to mean, but okay. No, I think I kind of get what you're saying. Hey, you know what's weird? In my Streamlabs OBS, which is the software I'm using to pump out my 3, I'm on YouTube Live, Jay Sheldon, Not Wearing Pants on Facebook, and also on Twitch, twitch.tv/JSheldonNoPants. I can see all the chats from all 3 places here in my software. And every time someone from Facebook Bert Lahr. Oh, thank you, Sean. Bert Lahr was the Cowardly Lion. And anyway, every time someone from Facebook makes a comment, it gives me a double feed. I don't know why. Maybe I'm on twice. I should probably look. I try not to look when I'm live because it's delayed and the little man gets confused easily. Oh, it is there. Okay. And apparently it's only there once. So, all right, cool. Let me get back out of... Go away. I don't want to see myself delayed over there. It's too weird. Okay. Yeah, Bert Lahr. And am I wrong that Buddy Ebsen actually originally played the Tin Man? Ms. Looney, got to go to work on college classes. Enjoyed so far. Thank you, Ms. Looney. Thanks for joining. I really appreciate it. Have a good night. Thanks. I think Buddy Ebsen originally played the Tin Man, but then I think he had a bad reaction, almost died from the silver makeup. I've heard that story before. I don't know if that's why he left the film, but I know they replaced him because he was not the final actor. I'm just putting this in to try and check it out. Jack Haley, thank you. See, you must be like on a Wikipedia page or something. It's got to be the case. I'm just opening. Let's see. Directed by Victor Fleming. Wow. Did you look at on IMDb? You see the list of directors for the film? I guess they're uncredited, but Victor Fleming, I believe, is the credited director. George Cukor, Mervyn LeRoy, Norman Taurog, Richard Thorpe. The Kansas scenes uncredited, directed by King Vidor. I had no idea. Much as I love this film, I never really looked up the background so much. That's amazing. There's so many uncredited writers that contributed to the film. Sean says he literally grew up watching many classics. There's not much better way to literally grow up. Judy Garland, of course, is Dorothy. Frank Morgan as the Wizard of Oz, and the several roles in the film. Ray Bolger, the Scarecrow. Bert Lahr, the Cowardly Lion. Jack Haley, the Tin Man. Our dear beloved Margaret Hamilton as the Wicked Witch of the West and Miss Gulch. Charlie Grapewin, Uncle Henry. Uncle Henry! Nico is Pat Walsh. Clara Blandick, Auntie M. Toto was played by a dog named Terry. And the Munchkins as the... Probably today this would be politically incorrect, but it's credited as the Singer Midgets. So there you go. Wow. Amazing. Grew up watching classics. So did I. And then look, I turned into one myself. Imagine. Excuse me. Time for more coffee. I'm just about to push on here. I just popped on to say hey and test a few things and chat a little bit with y'all. See what y'all were doing on a Wednesday night. I am going to likely start a regular streaming schedule, so you'll be able to know when to find me. But most of you just get the notifications and then show up, which is fine, because this is kind of one of those just show up sort of streams. We're not trying to do anything earth-shattering. We're not causing too much controversy. Although I will tell you that some of these platforms these days with the kind of censorship that's going on is, yeah. Coffee this late? Yes, of course. I live for coffee. And it's not going to be a long stream. It's going to be about another 5 minutes, and then I'm the hell out of here. So, but no, you know me. I drink coffee all day, all night, and it doesn't keep me awake. I'm so used to it. I've been doing this since I was in my 20s in morning radio. Because I had to have it to get through a morning radio show. So I made a pot of coffee when I came in at 4:30 in the morning. By the time I got on at 5:30, I'd already had a couple of cups. And then My newsman, Dan Lavallo, he did not drink coffee, really, not much. My sports guy, Dries Van Landit, the weather guy was on a remote location, so I don't know if he drank coffee or not. But the whole pot basically was mine. So by the end of my shift at 9 or 10 o'clock, Kosong, empty, gone, no more. Kosong is basically means zero. Oh, I'm not supposed to do that. It's a white power sign. So zero in Bahasa Malay, in the Malaysian language. Put it that way. And hey, Christine Pescator is listening at work. Thank you. Wow, you're at work. What time is it on the East Coast? It's 9:57 a.m. on the East Coast. Cool. Thanks. It is great to see you. And she's on Twitch. Cool. Oh, you're over there. You're over there. Okay. Thanks, Christine. It's been many, many years. Stayed with Christine's parents in the Florida Keys when I first moved down there until we got our own place. Very nice of them to have put us up while I began working for the Monroe County Sheriff's Department and looking for a place to stay in the Florida Keys, where I spent 5 amazing years of my life. We've talked about that before. We'll talk about it again someday. Yeah, so I got so used to coffee. See how I'm flying all around with the subjects. I got so used to coffee, it really doesn't bother me anymore. It's been too many years of shoving this stuff in my stomach, and it has literal... actually, I shouldn't say that. If I don't have coffee, I would be done. So it does. I guess it does affect me, but it doesn't stop me from sleeping. I still can get to sleep. That doesn't bother me. No problem there. All right. What else have we got going on? I'm just looking at my topics list. It's been about 50 minutes here. I've been yakking on about absolutely nothing. I almost said something I'm not supposed to. I really have to watch my mouth sometimes. I tend to talk the way I talk in real life, and I've been out of the radio business so long, that little self-editing switch that I used to turn on in my head when I was on the air live, I know it's the internet. I can say almost anything I want to, and nobody's going to, but in broadcast radio, we have to deal, at least in the U.S., with things called the FCC, the Federal Communications Commission. And if you don't want either yourself to get fined or the station you work for to get fined, then you have to watch what you say. JJ, coffee first thing in the morning on set does wonders. Yes, it does. And occasionally I will have a producer or a fixer who will... call times are damn early. You're right. When you're shooting, they can be very early and go very late. But if I have a really on the ball producer when I'm directing, then there will be a fresh pot of coffee there. And I take my coffee black, just coffee with a little coffee on the side. No milk, no sugar, no creamer, no nothing. And I'm frankly not a big fan of all these flavored coffee. Blech. Tar Pit Bitter Coffee or Starbucks Millennial Coffee? Nope. Filter, coffee, shove it in the machine, pour the water in the top, let it drip through, and if you're really desperate, you got to pull the thing out and pour a cup while it continues to drip, and then shove it back in so the coffee doesn't get all over the place. But been there, done that. So yeah, Tar Pit Bitter Coffee, the stuff of champions. All right, my folks, I'm going to close out the stream for now. I appreciate your stopping by and listening to me babble on about almost nothing. But we did get a few things accomplished tonight, and as I said, I will be starting my regular stream schedule coming up pretty soon, and I'm gonna start reading a book. I'm going to start with The Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum, and I'll do like a chapter. They don't take that long to get through. It's maybe 10, 20 minutes or so. We'll talk about some stuff, chit-chat back and forth on whatever you want to. You can always join me here, be part of the show, call in, Skype, Jay Sheldon, look for that logo, or 860-598-0987 is the number to call if you'd like to join the show. We'd like to have you, and it's free if you call through the net. I will be back, and the next time we're on, we'll read a chapter, the first chapter of The Wizard of Oz. I think that will be fun. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, hey, we tried, right? All right, my friends, thank you very much for jumping in, saying hi, and I will see you again next time from I'm Not Wearing Pants on Facebook, Jay Sheldon Live on YouTube, and of course, Twitch, twitch.tv/Jay Sheldon No Pants. Thanks for following. Thanks for liking. If you can, remember this thing. If you're on Twitch, you can click there and send me a donation to help defray the costs of running this silly show. I will see you next time, folks. Have a great night. Enjoy your Wednesday night or Wednesday morning and your Thursday ahead. I'm Jay Sheldon, and I'm not wearing pants. Good night.